Yeah, I mean, the whole thing with leadership development is it's not about just leaders, right? It should be a focus on every level in the organization because it creates commitment and buy-in and develops a mindset of innovation throughout your organization, right?
Yeah, and the fact is that like leadership is not the typical kind of fun.
Right.
Like it's a type 2 fun because what happens is it's not easy at all.
No, because people are messy. People are incredibly messy and they're bringing in all these thousands of different experiences. And you're supposed to navigate all of that to get the best version of them in the workplace.
But we were talking about earlier, like 85% of leaders fall into the position, right? And so what we're really talking about is when a leader takes the calling, like, because most leaders are not that great, honestly. Like if 85% have fallen into it, like they're not that great.
They're not ready for it.
They're not great. So, and they don't know what they're doing. So the people who take the calling are the ones that dig type 2 fun. And type 2 fun is basically, it's really popular in athletics and in adventure-based sports. So mountain biking, hiking, mountaineering, climbing, because what we love is coming from that background. What we love is how hard it is because not everybody's doing it. Not everybody can do it. You have to train to be able to go climb a mountain to the top. Otherwise, it's super duper not fun. And then you can't walk for several days. But like,
that's fine.
It's no big deal. Speaking from experience. So, but what happens is you have to train to be able to do this amazing thing that most people don't even try to do. And you get to have these amazing experiences along the way. I get to see things that nobody's seen before. I get to go to the top and see this amazing vista. And I get to look at myself and go, you did a hard thing, like a really hard thing that most people don't even have the courage to do.
Yeah.
And I did it. And look how amazing that experience is. And look at all these beautiful things I got to experience because of it. That's type 2 fun. You don't go in and go, oh, I'm going to wake up and climb a mountain because that sounds fun. No, you're like, I'm going to train really hard, work really hard so I can climb a mountain because that view is life-changing.
Yeah.
That's type 2.
Well, and I also kind of think of the difference between people that are like, well, I read a leadership book, so like I'm a great leader, versus the ones that go in and go, I'm going to practice and I'm going to practice, I'm going to practice, I'm going to practice, I'm going to recognize I'm not going to do it awesome all the time. I'm going to practice a little bit more, I'm going to swing and I'm going to miss, and then I'm going to start again. Yeah. Right? I'm going to dig in, I'm going to learn from my mistakes, I'm going to own my mistakes, I'm going to be vulnerable in that space. Right? And I'm going to climb that bloody mountain.
Well, that takes courage and it takes resilience and it really does take the calling. I don't think everybody recognizes that there is an invitation, that you can be a good leader. Most people think they're good leaders and they're honestly really not, right? Like you're holding...
But what if they read a book?
Right, right. You're holding these, like you're holding the well-being of people in your hands.
Yeah.
And I read a book, so now I know how to do it. But then like you get into it and you're like, well, actually people are weird and they're really unpredictable and I don't know how to do it.
Right.
And we're conflict averse.
Run!
So it takes courage.
Yeah.
It really does. Like to be able to go, oh no, like that's super uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable.
Ooh.
Ooh.